Going on, guys? So I thought I would look into the newest thing that Twitter and the internet in general is going fucking crazy about. Apparently, Donald Trump revealed highly classified intelligence to Russia in break with ally, according to officials. I gotta be honest with you. These types of stories have been coming out like literally every day, and I'm so jaded to it because the volume. It's like if you have a stereo and the volume is on 13 all the time. It's like, especially with liberals and Democrats, like every single story is supposed to think that gets Trump impeached. Every single story is supposed to think to be the Watergate moment, like a Richard Nixon moment where Trump is exposed as this big corrupt. Um, corrosive figure in American politics, and it never seems to be the case. I haven't read this story yet. I read a story from the Washington Post that was very where the basic premise of it was, Trump's a fucking moron that accidentally leaked stupid information. So I thought I would go through the New York Times article about it, just because as much as I have problems with some of the New York Times' reporting, I think they're usually better than the Washington Post. So let's see what the fuck this is about. All right. So it says President Trump boasted about highly classified intelligence in a meeting with the Russian foreign minister and ambassador last week, providing details that could expose the source of the information as well as the manner in which it was collected. And that's according to a current and a former American government official said Monday. This is one thing. I guess I don't know if it's good journalism or not, because every single one of these articles, there's supposed to be these huge, like, Woodward and Bernstein moments, are always being gotten from sources that the paper refuses to name. And that's a consequence of two things. Number one, it's a consequence of there are people in Trump's administration who, if they're true, but it means there are people who in Trump's administration who don't like him or who have problems with the way he's doing shit. Uh, and it's also another problem, which is Trump still has a shit ton of Obama appointees acting under his administration that he hasn't replaced yet. The way it usually works is a president gets into office and within a few months he switches out all the old president's people with his people. Trump hasn't done that shit. Most of these departments are bare bones, and most of them still have Obama appointees still working in the department. So these are guys. Of course, they're going to hate Trump. So what do? They leak to the press. And that's fucking Trump's fault. You are the administrator of the country. You're like the principal of the country. That's what the the job of the president is supposed to be. And one of those jobs is supposed to fucking be to hire and fire people. And that was actually one of the things I was excited about because, although Trump didn't seem to me like a guy who knew much about, government, he did seem to me like a guy who knew how to surround himself with intelligent people. And that obviously has been kind of a wrong assessment, or at least it's been a bad assessment by Trump because every single person he's appointed, like at the beginning of this administration, he's either fired or he's, they've gotten him into trouble, or it's all become like a media storm. But as far as this story, I believe it. When the thing about it is, like, whenever Trump does something that I think is actually true, is usually shit that makes me laugh. Like, I don't believe Trump is like this evil guy who's colluding with Russia to destroy the fate of the country. I think he's just a silly dude who is a narcissist and wants to brag to other people about how awesome he is at every single turn. So I can totally see the dude, sitting, he's having some wine with a Russian foreign minister. They're shooting the shit, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I got some secret information from ISIS. You probably don't have it, but it is what it is." And the Russia guy is like, I can't do a Russia accent, but he's probably like, "Oh, go on. Like, what's it about?" He's like, I can't tell you much, but I can tell you that blah 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 whatever. But okay, let's see what the fuck this is actually about. The intelligence disclosed by Mr. Trump in a meeting with Sergei V. Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, and Sergei Kislyak. Man, two Sergeys. The Russian ambassador to the United States was about an Islamic State plot, according to the officials. A foreign ally that closely guards its own secrets provided the information, which was considered so sensitive that American officials did not share it widely within the United States government or pass it on to other allies. Well, this is sort of fucked up. Okay, well, because my immediate thought goes to the media, because if this was supposed to be the super secret thing, now the entire fucking world knows about it. I mean, what's the point of like these guys? Whoever leaked this to the fucking media, like, what's the point of leaking it to the media? Like, it was supposed to be. If it's supposed to be the super top secret thing, the state should just go, okay, Trump fucked up. Let's try to contain this as much as we can. But what they do is like, oh, Trump fucked up. Let's call the New York Times. Let's call the Washington Post. Let's fuck him up, and like it's. I mean, that's why I'm sort of disillusioned with both sides at this point, because it's so fucking partisan. Like, they don't. I really want all these people to go away, because none of them actually have the best interest of the country at heart. Like, they just want to fuck each other up. They just want to fuck each other over. And I mean, it's why everyone hates politics right now. It's just so fucking dirty and poisonous. The intelligence disclosed by Mr. Trump. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I read that paragraph already. Mr. Trump's disclosure does not appear to have been illegal. Okay, so he's not going to jail. The president has the power to declassify almost anything, but sharing the information without the express permission of the ally who provided it represented a major breach of espionage etiquette and could jeopardize a crucial intelligence sharing relationship. All right, so what the fuck, dude? Like, okay, it's not illegal. It's not going to put it's something that he can do at fucking any time he wants. If he wants to declassify information, he can fucking declassify information. He chose to declassify some fucking information. Now, whether that was actually an actual thought is like I'm going to build a relationship by sharing critical information with the Russian foreign ministers, or if it was just I'm gonna show these motherfuckers I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm gonna show them I got some information they don't have. I tend to think it was the latter, but it's still like it's something he can do. Like, it's not out of the it's not this unprecedented thing. And I can guarantee you go on Twitter right now, there are people who are going to say, Trump needs to be impeached, blah blah blah. He's leaking crucial information to our enemies and blah blah blah. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't like that. I would prefer he didn't leak information, or he I don't even like the word leak. I would prefer he not tell Russia important information about the Islamic State, although Russia is fighting the Islamic State as well. So maybe I could be entirely wrong here. Maybe there is some crucial information that Russia could help with that we don't know about. I mean, I don't think that it's actually saying what the information is in the story. But at this point, I really don't see what the fucking big deal is. The only big thing is, like, that these motherfucking state officials are calling the media, like they are calling their like. It's not. This isn't like Woodward and Bernstein. All like whoever these reporters are. I'm gonna get the fucking reporter, because this reporter. All right, Eric Schmidt and Matthew Rosenberg. Okay, these are the New York Times' like big reporters. I can guarantee you they got relationships with these Obama appointees in the White House who want to fuck Trump over, and like they call Matt and they call Eric every other day, and they say, "Hey, ball, I got some, I got some new shit that Trump did today. Wait till you get a load of this." Like, that's what it is. I mean, this is why people are not trusting the mainstream media, because, I mean, to me, the story would be state officials leak information about Trump leaking information. Like, if they did that, I actually think it would be a good story. Like, if the media actually separated themselves. But by not doing that, by not actually saying, these guys are leaking and that's not cool. Like, if we're going to be critical, we have to be critical of both sides here. By not doing that, they are garnering less and less trust from themselves, from the American populace at large, and it's the same reason why everyone sees the New York Times as just a liberal, a liberal paper, and not particularly a nonpartisan paper. So yeah, I mean that's as far as I see here. I really it's nothing big, you know. It's just more shit. And honestly, I would like Trump to stop doing that shit. You know, I would like him to stop and actually get to work. Because I mean, the thing about it is he could do what he wants. I mean, he could fire all these fucking people. He probably knows who did it. He knows at least an idea of who did it. He could fire these people and hire some new people who would actually be on his agenda. But it's been fucking 6 months and he's not doing shit. He's just tweeting all the fucking time. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, as bad as the media is, Trump is not doing himself any fucking favors. I mean, I can't blame the New York Times, who, you know, they're all butthurt because Donald Trump calls them fake news all the time. So, and when they get a scoop, they're going to be like, you know what, fuck Trump. I'm gonna put this on the site. So it's just like the only people who really suffer here is you and me and like the American citizen who, you know, aren't inside of all these levels of access and you just want to know the fucking news. But I mean, it's just the New York Times and Donald Trump both have access to the country, and they both have mouthpieces to the country, and they are both mouthing shit, talking shit out of those mouthpieces. And the people who like the New York Times will agree with the New York Times, and people who like Trump will agree with Trump. The Washington Post first reported the disclosure, which immediately reverberated around Washington. The White House has got to do something soon to bring itself under the control and an order. Senator Bob Corker, fucking Bob Corker, that's such a Tennessee name. He's a Republican of Tennessee and the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. Bob Corker, man, like what a like I if I ever met, I don't know anyone from Tennessee, but if I had to imagine someone from Tennessee, their names would be Bob Corker. It just seems like a goofy Tennessee name. Anyway, obviously they're in a downward spiral right now, and they've got to figure out a way to come to grips with all that's happening, Mr. Corker said. Asked about the larger effect of the disclosure, Mr. Corker said, to compromise the source is something that you just don't do. And that's why we kept the information that we get from intelligence sources so close as to prevent that from happening. Yeah, I mean, that's fucked up. But the thing is, we don't know. Like, this is still confidential information. And fucking Bob Corker doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about, I don't think. I don't think he was privy to this information. You know, none of us know what actually how much this hurt the whatever country was giving us this information. You know, I mean, it could have actually been a good thing. We don't fucking know. Like, we just don't fucking know. This story is, there's information we don't know about. And Donald Trump told the Russians this information we don't know about. And he can do it, but that's scary because there could be repercussions we don't know about that lead to this because of the information that we don't know about. This is what this fucking story is, dude. And this is what journalism has fucking become. You know, it's dumb. It's silly and it's goofy. And there's serious shit we can actually be, you know, that Eric and whatever Matthew Rosenberg could be fucking writing stories about. But they just want to talk shit about Trump. Now, if I'll be the first to say that if, like, you know, some people get killed because of this, Trump should fucking, I don't know, he should have some kind of punishment because that's super fucked up. That, you know, his big mouth got some people killed. Like, that's kind of scary. But I mean, if that actually happened, I don't think Trump would have. I don't think Trump would have said it. I think he has some fucking sense. That's kind of my thing with Trump. Like, I think I don't think he's playing 4D chess, but I think he has some fucking sense sometimes. You know, he has common business sense, and I think that makes him serve his own interests very well. Now, if you could just get that to, like, serve the country well, we would be doing great. Man, this was a really short story, man. It was only like 500 words. I guess they just ripped off the Washington Post's story. Is that Sergey? Look at Sergey. Fucking Sergey Lavrov. All right, man. Well, that's all I got. I was just mouthing off. I'll see you guys later. You can like and subscribe, I guess. I really want to start monetizing my videos, but, you know, I'm gonna wait till I have like a non-laughable number of subscribers. See ya.